Hello guys, welcome to the next video on Linux command line tutorial for beginners. In this video we will learn how we can use sudo command in Linux. So first of all, what is a sudo command? You can say sudo is the command which rules them all. The abbreviation or full form of sudo is super user do. So it allows you to some extra privileges as an administrator or a power user. So let's see how we can use sudo in Linux. Now first of all, I'm going to open the terminal, and right now we are in our home folder, right, by default. Now for example, I will first of all list out all the directory which are in the root directory. So I will just do ls and then this forward slash. Now for example, I want to make a directory inside this etc folder. So what I'm going to do is I will just do cd etc, and here I want to create some directory, for example. So this etc directory contains some of the configuration files and other files you can see, and let's say I want to create a directory for me for some purpose, right? So I will just use mkdir, which we have already seen that this is the command, and for example I will say new dir for new directory. Okay, and I will press enter, and now this gives me this error that mkdir creates a directory new dir which doesn't have permission. So it's showing the permission denied error. This is because for example, on my Ubuntu Linux operating system, by default when I open the terminal, it doesn't have the administrative or root privileges. So we need to use a special command which is called sudo in order to tell this Linux terminal that we want to execute this command as an administrator, right? So let's see how we can use it. So whenever you see permission denied, most cases of permission denied can be solved by this sudo command, because sudo allows us to run any command or most of the command using administrative privilege or super user privilege. Okay, so let's see. We will just give the same command, but this time we will just add a sudo in front of this command, right? So sudo mkdir new directory, which is the name of the directory. And what this command does is, first of all, when I press enter, it's going to ask me the password for my computer. It's the same password which you provide at the time of login, right? So I'm going to provide my password, and this password will not be shown on the terminal. It will be hidden, but you just need to type your password and then press enter, and you can see here this sudo this mkdir command is executed with sudo or super user privileges, and because you have already provided the password once, now you don't need to provide the password in the same session in the terminal, right? So let's see if this directory is created or not. This time we didn't see any permission denied error, and most probably it will create this new dir directory. So let's see if it's created or not. So let's search for new dir, and hopefully we will be able to find this directory. This is here. So you can see this new directory is created. So super user command allows you to execute some command which with the super user privileges, right? Now whenever we will learn how to install some third-party software, something like GCC or G++ or any other libraries which we may require to perform some tasks, most probably it will ask you for this super user privileges. For example, there are some command in Linux most of the time in Debian operating systems that you can give apt get install command. So apt get install and the name of the software which we want to install. For example, we want to install GCC, you will just give GCC, or for example G++ or any other software, for example. But this apt get install command uh, ask you most of the time whenever you are installing some software this super user privileges. So you just need to add sudo in front of it and then give your password so that this software or library can be installed on your system, right? So sudo is for giving the administrative privileges, right? Now for example, I will open the next terminal. Whenever you press Control Shift T, it's going to open the new terminal as a second tab. So I have the first tab and second tab. So Control Shift T will open the next tab. Now whenever I will give sudo -s and then press enter, and I will give the password here once again, which will not be shown by the way on the terminal, and press enter, you can see earlier I was having the user privileges which is the name of my PC, but now I have the root privileges, so it changes to the root user, and then you can see the asterisk here, right? This not asterisk but this hash symbol here, which means you are now in super user mode, so you can easily do anything as a super user. Okay, so whenever you will give sudo -s, you will go into the super user mode automatically, and now you can execute any command using a super user as yourself, right? Now this is the small introduction for sudo. Sudo has many capabilities which we are going to learn slowly when we learn more about Linux and more commands, and then we will see slowly how it can be used in more efficient way. So this was just a brief introduction how you can use sudo. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.